Imagine you are standing on a bridge and a storm is raging all around you. The wind is howling, the rain is blinding, and the ground beneath your feet is shaking. This storm isn't outside, it's inside your chest. It's the surge of anger, the paralyzing grip of fear, or the intoxicating pull of desperate desire. Most people in this moment let the storm take the wheel. They scream, they run, or they surrender. But you are not most people. You are the architect of the cold will. Today, we are exploring the most vital skill in the arsenal of the elite, the ability to make surgical decisions while your emotions are screaming for betrayal. This is not about becoming a robot. It's about becoming the operator of the machine, rather than being the machine itself. We are going to dismantle the biological trap of feeling and replace it with the cold logic of winning. If you want to rule your world, you must first learn to rule the chemical cocktail inside your own brain. Let's start with the brutal truth. Your emotions are outdated biological algorithms. Your brain was designed for a world of predators and immediate physical threats, not for complex social chess or long-term strategy. When you feel a surge of panic during a negotiation or a wave of rage during a conflict, that is your animal self trying to take control. It wants to protect your ego. It wants to vent. It wants immediate relief. But immediate relief is almost always the enemy of long-term victory. To master the art of cold will, you must first master the 3-second buffer. Between every impulse and every action, there is a gap, a tiny microscopic window of time. The weak man closes that gap instantly. He feels and then he acts. He is predictable. He is a slave. The man of power expands that gap. He feels the impulse, holds it in his hand, and looks at it with cold curiosity. He asks one question: does this action serve my ultimate goal, or does it only serve my current mood? If it only serves the mood, he discards it like trash. The second concept: data reframing. Stop seeing fear as a warning to stop. Start seeing fear as high-resolution data. When your heart races, your body is simply telling you, this situation is significant, pay attention. A pilot doesn't panic when the red lights flash on the dashboard. He reads the lights and adjusts the controls. You must treat your emotions as dashboard lights. Anger means a boundary is being crossed. Anxiety means a variable is uncertain. Use the information, but never let the light fly the plane. The third truth: the observer effect. There is a you that feels, and there is a you that watches. To develop cold will, you must shift your identity from the feeler to the observer. Instead of saying, "I am angry," say, "I am observing a sensation of anger in my body." This subtle shift in language creates a psychological distance. It detaches yourself from the biological noise. You cannot be controlled by something you are looking at from the outside. Fourth insight: the logic of the worst-case scenario. Emotions thrive on the vague and the unknown. Fear grows in the dark corners of your imagination. Cold will shines a light into those corners. Ask yourself, what is the absolute worst that can happen if I stay calm and do nothing? Usually, the worst is far less terrifying than the feeling of being out of control. When you define the monster, it loses its power to scare you. Fifth level: strategic dissociation. In high-pressure moments, imagine you are a consultant hired to solve your own problem. If you were watching this situation on a screen, what advice would you give the character? This removes the ego weight from the decision. It strips away the pride and the hurt feelings that cloud your judgment. A consultant doesn't care about saving face. A consultant cares about the bottom line. Be your own most ruthless consultant. Sixth secret: the silence of the processor. When someone attacks you verbally or tries to provoke an emotional response, stay silent. Your silence is a vacuum that sucks the power out of their aggression. While they are waiting for you to react, you are busy processing. You are calculating their motive, their weakness, and your best move. Reaction is a sign of being handled. Silence is a sign of being the handler. Let them wonder if you even have a pulse. That uncertainty is your greatest weapon. Seventh insight, physical anchoring. You cannot have a cold mind if you have a frantic body. Control your breath, deep, slow, invisible. If you control the oxygen, you control the chemistry. If you control the chemistry, you control the will. Relax your jaw, drop your shoulders, plant your feet. By forcing your body into a state of calm, you send a signal to your brain. The commander is in charge. There is no emergency. Eighth level, the rule of the outcome. Most people make decisions based on how they want to feel now. You make decisions based on how you want to feel tomorrow. Cold will is simply the ability to trade a moment of emotional satisfaction for a lifetime of strategic gain. It is the ultimate form of delayed gratification. Ninth insight, the mask of the actor. Sometimes an emotional response is strategically useful, but it must be a performance, not a reaction. If you need to show anger to set a boundary, do it, but do it like an actor on a stage. Inside, you remain as cold as ice. You are watching yourself perform, ready to turn it off the second it stops being useful. This is the difference between being a victim of rage and being a master of intimidation. 10th level, the deconstruction of pride. Pride is the most expensive emotion you can own. It has bankrupted empires and destroyed lives. Cold will requires you to check your ego at the door. If the most logical move is to apologize, or to back down, or to look weak for a moment to win the war later, you do it without hesitation. A man who cannot endure a temporary blow to his pride is a man who can be easily manipulated. You are not your reputation, you are your results. Can you feel the temperature dropping inside your mind? You are realizing that the fire of your emotions has been burning through your potential. But fire can be contained. Fire can be used to power the engine, but it must never be allowed to burn down the house. You are the sentinel. You stand at the gates of your mind, deciding which thoughts are allowed to stay and which are cast out. This is the path to true autonomy. When you master cold will, you become a ghost in the machine of society. You are no longer triggered by headlines, by insults, or by the erratic behavior of others. You become the stable point in a turning world. People will call you cold, calculated, or detached. Take it as a compliment. It means they can no longer find the strings to pull you. Your will is now a sharpened blade, ready to cut through the fog of human drama. Remember, the world belongs to those who can keep their heads while everyone else is losing theirs. Your brain is a processor. Your will is the code. Your life is the output. Stop letting the animal write the code. From this moment on, your decisions are products of your vision, not your biology. You see the board, you see the pieces, you see the move, and you make that move with the absolute, freezing clarity of the cold will. The storm can rage all it wants. You are the bridge, and the bridge does not move.